Hi, friends. How are you? And welcome to this week's Ask Me Anything. This is my opportunity to show up, have conversations with you, and in the process, learn how to stand in our purpose, build better businesses, and yes, and amen, build out some profitability. Okay. So, I'm going to dive into some pre asked questions that have been upvoted by the community. And as you are watching live or even in the replay, feel free to post your questions here so that I can address them again at some point in the future. So let's dive in. Hey, we're going to start with Shay. This was upvoted 9 times. You always have video clips in videos or adding words to them, zooming the video in and out, having phone screen recordings in the shot, etc. What video editing software or app do you use to make your videos and your video content? Okay, so Shay, I want to back things up a little bit and always remind anybody who's watching or listening that the best camera you have on you is I ruined the quote. It is a very famous Chase Jarvis quote. It says, the best camera you have is the camera that's on you. So while there's this temptation to be like, Jasmine, I really want to do high-end video software, I'm like, good. I want you too. I think it's going to be great. But I will edit videos on my iPhone. I just got back from vacation with my husband and I took some video clips on my phone that I'm going to be sharing and uploading very soon. So I use the camera that's on me. But I want to tell you that when I first started creating videos, I was using iMovie. This is the software that comes automatic with your Mac computer. And I watched YouTube and I just started watching tutorials. And so I would upload a video and I would add like a fade in effect and a fade out effect. And then I would add text and then I could add video and then have a voice overlay. So it's not complex. I'm not very techie, but I taught myself how to do that. And I built years on editing my own editing my own videos. Probably did it around 8 or 9 years on my own. And then luckily I started working and collaborating with a videographer and he uses Adobe Premiere. So you could see here in this like screen grab how different it is. It's a lot more robust and this is how you can add videos within videos and you can have multi-layering and these major effects. So the videos you currently see now are being edited on Adobe Premiere. That was the long answer, but I also just want to keep it real with people and let you know that take any action, all action, messy action, scrappy action, imperfect action to get a video done just to see the powerful effects that it has. Let's go into Melody Olson's question that was upvoted 4 times. Having swan dived so beautifully into your podcast, what have you learned? What are your highs, lows so far? I have been encouraged to start my own, but I have no clue where to start. Okay, I absolutely love this. So Melody and anybody else who's watching, I have good news. And that good news is, yes, we had launched the podcast, but the better news is that if you go to jasminestar.com, jasminestarshow.com, episode 10, there you will find what we're calling creating a productivity map to actually achieve your goals. I really want to get into that right now because that is one of the most highly downloaded podcast episodes. And we talk about creating a productivity map. So like, how do you actually achieve your goals and what do you want to do? And I use the example of the podcast. So if anybody's interested in how we launch podcasts, oh my God, look at this. Oh my gosh, you can see it behind me. Do you see this little area? That is my ghetto fab recording studio. I just put a blanket over me and I sit on the floor with some, y'all, look at that. Anybody can start a podcast. If you want to know the logistics, or maybe it's not a podcast for you, maybe there's something else that you really, really, really want to dive into, that would be the podcast that you listen to. So some of the things that she was asking about what I didn't expect, and what I didn't expect was the ability to meet people in such a really cool and profound way. I have connected with people who I never thought I would get to know. And I'm going to be honest, it's something different to come on video and talk the way that I talk. And I'm like, I show up but sometimes you can't help but feel like you have to be a little bit on. And with the podcast, I don't feel like that's the case at all. And so that has been something that's been very cool. So let's go into another question. If you guys have questions, please feel free to leave them here. Liniac said, how do you feel about private messaging people to invite them to an event? Cold messages, I suppose. Well, I don't think that cold messages are wrong or bad, but I do think that you're going to have a very hard time moving somebody to take action if that event isn't so close in alignment with them. Like if somebody sent me a cold message and said, Jasmine, we would love to send you to a dog show on Huntington Beach. Well, I like dogs and I live close to Huntington Beach, but there's like zero probability I would go to a dog show. So it's like that person would be wasting time with me because they just didn't know me in the capacity that I wouldn't go to a dog show. Now, if somebody in my local area had said, Jasmine, we opened up a new coffee shop and we're having complimentary like roasting sessions. Would you like to go? Because that person knew me, there's a much higher likelihood that I would go to the event because it's in total alignment with who I am. So cold messaging works as long as you know who you're speaking to. If you're just sending a blanket cold message, you're just really going to have a very hard time and very little that's going to come from it. So Christy Cross said she loved the productivity schedule that I shared. Y'all, I am telling you, I swear by my productivity planner. It's free. You can download it, jasminestar.com/productivity. Paige is watching right now, and she could drop that link right now. So it's jasminestar.com/productivity. Speaking of productivity, I want to show up and get to this question from Julia. What is your favorite used picturize on Instagram and Facebook? Are you working with picture stills? Can you recommend cheaper imaging editing programs as an alternative to Photoshop? And the answer is yes, I can. And people are often very surprised to hear that I edit most of my photos on my phone if I'm in a rush. Like, obviously, if I have my professional photos, I'm going to be editing them in something called Lightroom. Now, Lightroom can be a little bit expensive for most people, but I have to say that Lightroom has an app for your phone that's free. So what I'm going to show you right now is you are going to come here. Do you see that Lightroom icon? That's basically an iPhone editing software, and it's amazing. I want to show you, I literally just took this photo. I'm going to show you a photo, a before and after. So what I am showing you right now, I'm holding it up to the camera. This is the photo that was taken out of camera. I did it on a self-timer. And this is the photo that was taken into Lightroom and edited. That's on my iPhone, guys. Like, it's not too bad. I know that there's a little bit of reflection. Let me see if I can change it a little bit. Hold it there. Before and after. You guys, I did that on my iPhone. Like, that is a free app. So you can download it and you you import your photo and you can change the lighting and you could change the contrast and the color. You guys, it's amazing. You're welcome. Let me know if you guys like, sometimes I like sharing like photo tips, but I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if people actually want to know these photo tips or they find them actually like helpful or impressive. So there you go. Let's dive in. And if you guys have questions, like I literally come here just to answer your questions. So please ask your questions. This is free Q&A with your homegirl. Okay. Mark Bates said JD is so photogenic. Oh, yes, he is. Kemi had asked, is there something similar for Android? I think you can get Lightroom on Android. Like, I'm pretty sure, because Lightroom is an Adobe-based product, and I think Adobe is friendly with Android. So definitely check it out. Good. Lynette said she's downloading it right now. Teresa says, give me all the tips. Okay. Let's dive into, and if you guys have questions, I'm here to answer. Amanda Parker's question. This was upvoted 2 times. I'm wanting to reach out to small local businesses in my town. We have 4 stoplights as a small town to build relationships and create branding images for them. With the holiday season here, I don't I don't know when the best time would be to contact them or how should I go about it? In person, email, Insta? I don't want to overwhelm them during the busy retail season. Okay, so this is Amanda being very thoughtful about connecting with other business owners. If you want to connect with other local business owners in your area, the first thing that I would do would be to ask yourself, what do you think they need? Now, in Amanda's situation, she's a photographer. And so she's saying, I'm a photographer. I really want to do business with them, but it's a really busy season. If I was Amanda and I said all of those things, I would ask myself, what does this person need? They don't need to be responding to a DM about a collaboration. They don't need me to walk in and say, hey, do you have time? I'd love to take you out for a cup of coffee, or I'd love to pick your brain. Like, that's a very popular one. Who has time for somebody to pick their brain? Like, who has time? Like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to spend 30 minutes with you for free and take time away from my business. Nobody wants to do that during the holiday season. So if I were thinking, if I were in Amanda's shoes and I was a branding photographer, I'm like, what does this person need? This person needs time, and this person needs a way to market themselves without being able to market themselves. If I were Amanda, and I know this is against popular belief, but y'all, I'm going to deal it to you straight. I believe you should share your gifts before you expect business. Ooh. So what do I mean by this? Is that if I was Amanda and I wanted to do business with my local business owners, I would go to their store and I would take a picture of their storefront. I would take a picture of a few items in their store. Or I would take a picture of the business owner in the store and say, hi, like I'm just here in the neighborhood. I'm shooting photos of like local business owners. I would love to share them with you. So you go in and you create marketing collateral for them for free. Now, you are not doing a full-fledged branding photo shoot. No, that comes at a price. But what are you going to do? You're going to get 3 to 4 of those photos, and you're going to edit them, and you're going to DM the business owner if you can, and you're going to email the business owner if you can, and say, hey, Janine, we met 2 days ago on Main Street, and I know you have a very busy Christmas season. I'm a branding photographer, and so I decided to share a few of these photos. If you would like to share them on social media, the only thing I ask is to please tag me, and after the holiday season ends, I would love to see if I could take you out to a cup of coffee, or better yet, set up a branding photo session. You want to show the other business owner what you do without any strings attached. Now, just imagine if I'm Janine and I have a storefront on Christmas and somebody gives me free marketing photos, holiday inspired, a photo of me working behind the scenes that very few people have, I would be like, who is this person? And namaste. Thank you for this gift. Now, you might be saying, but Jasmine, I'm not a photographer. Are you a copywriter? Are you a landscape architect? Are you a baker? Think about what the other people you want to collaborate with need, and then share your gift. Because the only way that you get people to trust you, and the only way that you get people to like you, is by you giving them something without expectation. Because that, my friends, is how you build a brand, not just a business. So Kiana says, what's the best way for you to dump ideas for videos and motivation when you're on the go? I'm full of content, but backed up to actually produce and edit videos. Oh my gosh, Kiana, this is the most ghetto fab answer. Whenever I get an idea, I email myself. I bring out my phone, I bring out my Gmail app, and I just send myself an email. And it's like literally 4 lines, like pressure point, solution, call to action. And then I email it. And then I just keep that email, and then later when I'm at home, I'll drag that email to a folder, and then when it's time for me to create videos, I just go to that folder and I review my ideas. What's wrong with me? I'm like losing my voice. What the heck? Excuse me, I'm getting all emotional about videos. What's wrong with me? Okay. Maybe I need to calm my voice. Wow. Out here dying. JD, give me CPR. I'm just kidding. He's not really home. Although, if he was home, I would legit be like, I can't breathe. Breathe on me, baby. Breathe on me. Okay. Kathleen says, what tips do you have for working smarter when you're newly established? I'm working so friggin' hard and slowly working smarter, but I'd love to hear your tips if that isn't a broad question. Kathleen, it is a very broad question, but let me just deal it to you straight, boo-boo. I have never been more successful in my life than I am now, and I have never worked harder in my life than I work now. I feel like there's this misnomer that there's like this magic time where all of a sudden your business just takes off and you're like, oh my goodness, is money coming in from a faucet that I just get to turn on and off? Like, I'm sure that maybe works for some people if they want to sustain a business. But in my mind, I'm growth oriented. I'm always looking for, how do I double my business year after year? And I know that in that type of growth, that expedited high level type of growth, you're working harder and harder. Yes, you're working smarter, but you're just doing a lot more smarter things in the same amount of time. So for me, like my hacks are literally set a schedule, stick to the schedule, don't mess the schedule, and hit every single deadline. Like when earlier today in this chat, Christy Cross said, I love your productivity guide. JasmineStar.com/productivity. There you will see a video about how I do it. There you will find a timeline in how I schedule my day. I literally bring out a Post-it every single morning and I list everything I need to do, and I create a timeline starting at 5 a.m. in the morning because I wake up around 4:30, 5 a.m. in the morning to 6:30 every night. And all of those hours are denoted for what I'm doing and how I'm working. Now, here's the thing. I understand that not everybody wants to work those hours. I am not at all proposing that people should be working 14 hours a day. If you can have a 4-hour work day or a 4-hour work week, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. I love that. Like, that is amazing. I just know that my actions map my aspirations. So what does that mean? If I want to double my business in 2020, I need to be using everything I have right now, my mind, my body, and soul, to get me to where I want to go. And so today I am utterly exhausted, did not even have time to wash my hair. So I just go like this and looking for all those little baby hairs. For those of you guys who are like Puerto Rican, Latina, Caribbean, you have all these little baby hairs. You get a little toothbrush, hairspray, and you go right there. Okay. So I'm doing my hair. I put on the big hoop earrings because I have an attitude. Because though I might be tired, I will remain undaunted. And I have always said that the bigger the hoops, the bigger the attitude. I showed up today and I said, not today. Because what's going to happen is I want to stay in bed. What's going to happen is like, I should just like take a hot bath and like read and do a nice loving walk. And I will do that this weekend. But I just got home from vacation. And so I ain't got time to be like, oh, all the luxuries. No, I had my relaxing time. Now it's go time. So when it comes down to talking about, well, what is working smarter? It's sticking to a schedule, creating your timelines, not missing those timelines, and doing that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. That's just real talk. Now, here's the thing. If you're just like, you know what, Jasmine, my business brought in $20,000 this year, and next year I'm so excited to bring in $25,000. Awesome. That's great. You can work the same amount of time that you're doing right now and hit that goal. But if you're telling me, Jasmine, I'm doing $20,000 and I want to do $40,000, oh, we got some work to do. We got to build out a different revenue stream. We got to look at scalability models. We got to look at lead acquisition and marketing and branding. And as our launch, like it's December as we record this, in exactly 5 weeks, I'm going to be teaching a class on how to double your business in 2020. Because I ain't messing around anymore. Like, I'm just like, I've been around the block one too many times for me to say, okay, if you're going to play small, you're probably not my people. But if you're like 2020 is the year I want to show up, and no, I'm not pitching you to go to that class because registration pages aren't even open. Not even right now. But I came back and I was like, I got to show up before I blow up. I got to do the work. So I'm working a lot harder, making my deadlines and hitting those deadlines. Okay. Michelle Fromm asked, how do you address the internal resistance to taking action? Michelle, I don't know about you, but whenever I feel resistance to taking action, I also know that there's resistance to inaction. We live in a constant state of resistance. The earth is holding us to the ground. It is resisting us from floating. There is a resistance to doing the work. And then all of a sudden, when you're not doing the work, there's a resistance to not doing the work. So in my mind, if I say there is resistance all around me, and it is those people who are doubtful, who are weak, and who are unbelieving. Those people are those who succumb to falling behind. Those people are the people who say, you know what, I'm not going to do the work, and then I'm going to beat myself up for not doing the work. That's that group of people. I have been that person many a time in my life. But I realized that I felt resistance in that point, the resistance of the beating myself up for not doing the thing that I wanted. So I decided if resistance is all around me and resistance is present in my life, if I'm doing the action or if I'm not doing the action, I might as well do the action. That's just it. Because I learn more and I get out of funks easier when I'm working, even if I'm not moving forward. When I'm in motion, taking one tiny step closer to where I want to go, it is much better than staying stationary in a place I don't want to be. So if any of y'all have ever felt the resistance of inaction, please say amen. Because when you acknowledge that there's resistance in inaction, we are not alone. And when we're not alone, we don't have to beat ourselves up by saying, I must be the only entrepreneur who is experiencing this. No, you're not, boo-boo. No, you're not. You are not alone. What I want you to do is to choose the resistance. You are going to choose the resistance of inaction, or you are going to choose the resistance of action. I choose the resistance of action all the time. Why? I'd rather be moving really slow in the direction of my dreams than staying in the same spot at the same place. Okay. I am very thankful. If you guys have questions, I'm totally here to serve you. That's what we do. JD just got home. He picked up the dog. Hi! Come here. Hi. Sorry, guys. I haven't seen my dog. Oh, I love you. I haven't seen him in a week. And we are just like reunited and it feels so good. Oh, he loves when I sing. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay. I had a moment. Forgive me. You know, this is like real life. And this is me and my dog. I'm like literally, my heart is so full right now. I love my dog so much. Okay. Christy Cross says, can I just tell you this year has gone by so fast, and I know it's because I've been working harder this past year, making things happen in my business and doing things I've never done in the past. My business has grown so much. Christy, hold on tight, baby boo, because if you thought 2019 did you well, just you wait and see in 2020. Like, I am so excited because we are going to be closing the doors in January 2020 to Social Curator. Like, the people who are going to say, I'm committed to doubling my business in 2020, you got to get in because we're closing the door. And like, that's what I want to do. No, this is not a sales pitch because you can't even get in right now. So there you go. Okay. So I want to know is, let's see. Petra says, I like when you say boo-boo. Don't know why. Well, I'm going to keep on saying it. Okay, I want to make sure. Shelly Loving had said, when you start making money, small amounts, how do you choose where to put it back in your business? Advertising, training, network, I need help. And this has been upvoted 4 times. So thank you, Paige, and thank you, Shelly, for putting this out, and like everybody's upvoting on this. You're going to hear this a lot of different ways. I have to be very honest with you. I'm just going to tell you that when I started making profits in my business, I invested on things that I thought I was already kind of good at. I believe that our business will move forward doubling down on things you're already good at. I don't want to waste time and energy trying to fix what is not a strong suit of mine. So for instance, not a strong suit of mine is building out a website. Could I build out a WordPress or like a Squarespace or like a Showit website? Yeah, I could. I would have to teach myself and I would hate actually doing it and I probably wouldn't be that good, but I could do it. But just because I could do something doesn't mean I should do something. When I started getting profits in my business, I actually started investing them in things that I already knew I was like kind of predisposed to being good at. I went to marketing workshops. I went to photography workshops. Was I the best photographer? No. But was I decent? Yeah. Like, was I decent enough to get $10,000 on a wedding? Yeah, I was. And guess what? I still paid to go to workshops because I felt like I can learn something and I could see something and I can learn a new technique. I was not paying to workshops to learn how to build a website. I was not paying workshops on like how to do SEO. Like, I just wasn't doing that. So my advice is to double down with your investments on what you're already good at, because you're going to learn faster, do more, and hopefully when you grow your business, you can start paying somebody to do the stuff that you don't like build a website. Amen, Lord. Amen. Okay. Sharon co-signed. She said, that's deep. Build up your strengths. Yes, yes, yes. Crystal said, I cannot wait for the Social Curator 2020 explosion. Yes. I love that. I love that. I love that. Hillary Griffin said, how would you promote multiple pop-up shops that I'm hosting locally? I'm partnering with different boutiques to host a sip and shop event. How would you promote multiple pop-up shops? I would create a calendar, because what's going to happen is you don't want one business to feel like you're not promoting their business as much as you are. And so I would call it the sip and shop holiday extravaganza. or the sip and shop train, or the sip and shop like Santa Claus Express or something like that. I would kind of create like a whole thing around it and say, join us at these events. And then as you create this calendar, you could literally do it like on a blog post. And what you can do is you can, if you have MailChimp, get like an embed code and you put it in there and say, sign up for updates for future sip and shop events. And so you're collecting email addresses, you're getting to know people. And then on that calendar page, I want you to list the address and the Instagram handle for the boutiques that are hosting you, because then they're like, oh, wow, Hillary's really down for us and she is helping us market our business. So there you go. Okay. Cheyenne Smith said, every year I do a countdown to Christmas, 12 days of Christmas. But this year on Black Friday, I launched a sneak peek of a pre-registration for a photography workshop we're putting on in March. The response was great for Black Friday, but now I need to promote it. Is it going to be too much going on if I run both? 12 days of Christmas is for clients, workshops is for photographers. As long as you have two different customers, which it sounds like you do, I don't think it will be like a big deal. If you promoted on Black Friday and then you wanted to promote to photographers again, like 12 days later, I think that that's too close. But if your offerings are separate and your customers are separate, I don't think it would be a big deal, because photographers would understand that you're not speaking to them, just like your clients understood that you weren't speaking to them if they weren't photographers. So there you go. Okay, Ashley said calendar listings are key. Thank you for co-signing. JD officially tuned in. I got a notification. It says JD Delatorre is watching. Love you, boo. Picked up the dog today from my mother-in-law. I had a little cuddle fest with my dog. Now my husband's back home and my heart is muy contenta. Okay. Ayla said, how can you deal with overwhelm when it hits you sometimes during planning for something in your business? Oh, wow. Ain't this a good place to have this conversation? Because earlier somebody had said, how do you deal with the resistance of taking action? And now Ayla is saying, how do you deal with overwhelm when it hits you sometimes during planning something for your business? I'm going to tell you right now, and maybe there are some other business unicorns that exist out there where this is not the case. But I will tell you that hints of overwhelm hit me every day. There was a time in my business where I was like, I'm so overwhelmed of all the things I will do, and I don't think I can ever get it done. And guess what? I wouldn't take any action. It was when I said overwhelm will be a constant state in my life because we're crazy people. Entrepreneurs are stinking crazy. So if I said I voluntarily signed up for this life, and signing up for this life means that I'm going to be a little overwhelmed a lot of the time, I didn't look at it as like, woe is me, I'm all alone. I was like, all right, it's another day and another hustle. Do I still get overwhelmed building out for projects that I'm doing? I'll be real with you right now. I am so overwhelmed. Today, like I said, I got home at like 11:30 last night from Los Angeles International Airport, and I woke up at 4:30 this morning. And I have a laundry list of things to do. So long, it makes Santa's naughty list look like child's play. That is how long. And so I can choose to say, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm not going to hit it. But what does that accomplish? Nothing. I can sit here and say, I'm so overwhelmed and I'm going to spin in circles and I can't do it all. Or I can say, I'm really overwhelmed. And you want to know what? I don't want to waste any time worrying about how overwhelmed I am. Because worry doesn't add a cubit to my life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit my butt down and I'm going to work. And I'm going to record and I'm going to go live and I'm going to take photos and I'm going to edit photos and I'm going to make videos and I'm going to write scripts and I'm going to record podcasts and I'm going to record a webinar and I'm going to send out emails. I'm going to connect with my team. And you want to know what? I'm going to close my computer at 6:30. If I got everything I needed to get done, hot dang, I'm thankful. And if I didn't, I did my best. I didn't waste any precious time worrying about things that won't change anything. I put my head down, I did the work, and I say tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. And you wanna know what? If I have to work on Saturday, watch me wake up, do a little yoga, have some coffee, and get back to work. Why? I was on vacation. That's the life of an entrepreneur. I just came back from vacation. I might have to work on Saturday, but I might not. Maybe I could work double time and get what I need to get done tomorrow, surprisingly. I don't know, but I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to stress about Saturday. I'm not going to stress about Friday. I'm just out here doing Thursday. So if you're doing Thursday, clap that up. All right, friends, I'm hitting my deadlines. I like to keep these around 30 minutes. We're at the 31 marker. I'm already a minute late to my next task. Much love and appreciation. If you guys like this, please always feel free to tune in every week as I go live because I am here for it and I am here for you. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye, y'all.